Okay, this is 15 on 8.3. The side of the triangle have a length of x plus 4 and 20. Specify those values of x for which the triangles acute with longest side 20. Okay, so if you could get through all this and then got to the factored form in inequality, you can just skip until the I don't know what minute, but just watch how to solve it. But I'm gonna do start from the finish. Okay, so 20 is the longest side and it needs to be acute. Okay, and then the answer, the value of x for which, so this is going to be x and b. Okay, and then this b is well, if you look at it, this is supposed to be the longest, that's hypotenuse, right? And these are the leg. And for it to be acute, this have to be, the sum of these numbers have to be shorter, I mean longer than this, right? This, the hypotenuse is shorter if it's acute. So this number is going to determine this one, because x have to be larger than a certain number to become acute. And then the b is determined by fact that the longest side is 20. So let's just deal with that one. Okay, so if the three side is x and x plus 4 and 20, and longest side is 20, what x can you have for this to be still the longest? So that means x plus 4 have to be smaller or equal to 20, right? So x is 16. If x is 16, this is 20, and the longest side is still 20, so that's inclusive. So b right here is 20. Okay, so it's this is 20. So let's look for the a number. Okay, so now we have to look for x squared plus x plus 4 squared have to be longer than 400 for it to be acute. So that means x squared plus x squared plus 8x plus 16 minus 400 have to be greater than 0. Okay, so then you get 2x squared plus 8x minus 384 have to be greater than 0. Now you have to factor this to solve, but since I see 2 in there, let's get rid of them. So you have x squared plus 4x minus 192 is greater than 0. Okay, now we are looking for the two numbers that multiply to 192, the difference is 4. So let's use this margin for prime factor. So 296, 2 and 80, no, I'm sorry, 48, 224, 212, 2, 6, 2 and 3. And you want a difference of 4. So how about 4 2s is 16 and 4 times 3 is 12, so that would work. So that means x, and that's positive, so that's plus 16, and x minus 12 is greater than 0. Okay, so you multiply 16 and 12, you're going to get negative 192, and the difference is positive 4. Okay, now from here, that's where you want to watch how to solve the quadratic inequality. If this was equal 0, then you're just setting one of them equal 0, and then you're just getting the answer is negative 16 and positive 12. But you can't do that with inequality, okay, because you don't know which one is going to be bigger and which one is going to be smaller. Doesn't mean that it's going to be bigger than both numbers. So if the product of these two numbers are greater than 0, that means that either they have to be both positive or both negative, right? If they're both negative, then it's still positive because negative times negative is positive. If they are both positive, then it's going to be positive. If one of them is positive and one of them is negative, this product is going to be negative. So that's what you're looking for. So let's look at the both being positive first. That means x plus 16 have to be greater than 0, and x minus 12 have to be greater than 0, right? So that means x have to be greater than negative 16, and x have to be greater than positive 12. Now, if x is greater than 12, x have to be greater than negative 16, right? So this is the dominant one. This is the one that matters. This one doesn't matter because this, if this, then this is also true. And let's look for the both being negative. So x plus 16 is less than 0, and x minus 12 is less than 0. So that means x have to be smaller than negative 16, and x have to be smaller than 12. Now, x is less than negative 16, then it's going to be less than 12. So this is the dominant one. Okay. So the solution of this quadratic inequality is that x is smaller than negative 16 or x is greater than 12. So that's the answer for this quadratic inequality. And now, which one do we reject? X is a length, it cannot be negative, so this is the one that matters, okay? And that's what goes into A, okay? So it's greater than 12 and X, and no, this is not 20, 16, right? Yeah, 16, okay? Now, do we put equal here? What happens if we put equal? That means x can be 12. If x is 12, this is going to be 12, and this is 16, and this is 20. That's going to be, if you divide that by 4, this is going to be 5, 4 and 3. If you include equal, it becomes a right triangle. That's a Pythagorean triple. And then it have to be acute. So you cannot include equal. So this is the answer. Okay, that's 15.